happy here to be with. First, she was my client, then we became really good friends. I'm here with Chantel. At the moment, she's working as a coach and she's helping people through many amazing things. But today, I would like to talk with her and share with all of you what is possible because I think many people believe that it takes so much time in order to get great results, but the truth is that it doesn't. And I can tell about it from strategic perspective and the mindset perspective, but I would say it's always better to hear a story of someone who have done it, which is way more exciting than just talking about theory, right? So how are you today, Chantal?
Hi, Julia. I am good. I just came back from sauna and doing the whole wellness, so I'm very relaxed and ready for the call.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, and it's Sunday, so it's relaxing. So, yeah, I hope this will be also a nice, relaxing talk as well, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so today we're gonna talk about this intense 10 days, or it was a little bit more for you when you had the message, right?
Yeah.
That either you collect the money or your husband business, your family business will be closed down. So I just want to know if you could introduce the situation from your perspective. What happened and
Yeah. It's the first time I'm talking about it online, but last fall, my husband and I were going through financial difficulties. In 2024, he was actually diagnosed with cancer. And so everything shifted. He couldn't really like work full-time hours as much, and it really affected him physically. And at the time, I was also in the process of my immigration paperwork, so I couldn't even work to help support in the meantime while he was trying to recover. So financially, we were kind of already stretched thin, and having a business coming to Denmark because he moved from Denmark in 2010. So he hasn't been here for quite some time. So coming back, we just opened up a business, not really understanding all the fundamentals. So I will definitely say we did make some poor decisions with like buying programs and apps that ended up eating a large portion of our revenue. And the savings that we had were gone because it went to the shop. But yeah, then we received a letter saying that we owed a significant amount in taxes, and it was overwhelming. I'm great at customer service, relationships, and back end operations, but stepping into the strategic business side during this type of crisis was new territory for me. And, I felt very like scared and sad, and it was hard. So something that we built from scratch, and I was like, I need Julia for this.
now for me, you are like the most calm person that I've came across in the really, really long time. I feel like you can have your house on fire, and the way how you will be sharing about it, it's still full of grace, full of calmness. I think it's just amazing. I remember when you told me, I'm like, okay, the action needs to happen now.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that was actually, I remember you told me that after yoga class, I'm like, oh my God, how can you are calm? I asked some questions. Actually, I asked, no, I can tell what the question I asked. I asked, is the business connected to the personal economy or is a separated identity? In all of the countries you can do it. When she said that it's to connected to the personal economy, then I'm like, okay, there's no other way. There's if that would be like a separate, then there is a different story. But if that was the case, I'm like, okay, go mode. There's
I
the doors are closed. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember. I was like, okay, the doors are closed. We go. Like there is no other option that for you to earn the money because actually the in many countries the law of getting like a charity donation situation, it's not that straightforward, and it requires like a legal setup and falling in. So there wasn't an option to ask for money. It was only an option to earn the money,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I had no other choice but go all in. Yeah, absolutely.
I and it happened. So So basically their business was services for men, like a barber services, and usually the pricing per service, it was pretty standard, a little bit more than in the area due to the nature, their very nice nature of service and very good quality of product and a lot of experience. So a year before we raised the prices, that's when I started to work with Chantel, and I showed her exactly how to raise the prices. And it was fun because instead of you going with my recommendation that was very safe, you went even higher. And I really love that because you were so not on the board with raising the prices. I remember you came like, oh, we need help with social media. I'm like, no, you need help with pricing first, then before you promote, like you need to fix the basics. So it was really cool. So that was the case, and I was like immediately on the spot, okay, in order to get over $20,000. I use dollars, but it was like 143,000 krona. We need to make
Yeah.
packages, and then it was very simple, like 358 in order to get the bigger bump, and then in order to make it attractive to the customers, it was 20% discount, that for the loyal ones they would just get the discount, and that would be a really good deal. And for the new ones, that would be encouraging to try it. And also I asked immediately, what resources do you have available, and I asked about how many people do you have on the email list, right?
Yeah, and that was a really great experience as well because with that whole process, you really did step in with like clarity and strategy to really help me. And we had only known each other for about a year, but I remember when I did tell you, you just spent like your whole entire weekend supporting my husband and I. And you really did ask like very like smart, focused questions. And like again, like you said, you looked at our email list, our customer base. We had some very loyal clients, so that was great. And yeah, you structure these like irresistible bundled offers and add in a new service, and it was really good. So it was simplified too, which I think a lot of people have this feeling of like it has to be hard. It doesn't have to be hard. I think we get too much in our heads about certain things, and yeah, it's very simple.
Yeah, I think it was very simple. There were some nice bonuses, and then so that was my end, right? We've designed together the offer, the first communication via
Yeah.
emails, right? And then some communication on like a flyers, but that's it. Like I helped with that, but of course majority was you. So what happened next? What did you do in those 10 days? I remember that there was also a weekend trip involved. So it wasn't that you were working from 6 a.m. till 11 p.m. It was not like that. So I'm just tell everyone, what did you do? What does it take to make over $20,000 in such a, like, it's not a high ticket industry. I'm so sorry. It's like services that they're, I don't know, 50, $60, no more, like 30, 40 even, right? So going from 30, 40 to over 20,000, that's impressive. So Chantal, what did you do for those 10 days? It wasn't full 10 days, but we call it 10 days.
Yeah. I like we made it in 7 days, which I think was absolutely amazing. But I just trusted the process. I believe in what you have to offer, and so I really liked the layout, and so I promoted consistently on social media. I emailed our customer list, engaged with our community, and showed up every day. And that weekend, I was actually with Julia and a few of our other soul sisters, as we like to say. And I just remember being on my phone all the time. They're like, "Well, what are you doing?" Like, I have to get this done. I need to email a client. I need to do this. So I still had an amazing weekend. Do not get me wrong. I feel like I relaxed, but at the same time, I was just strategic about what I needed to do and when I needed to do it in order to get the results. And the biggest thing is like I stayed in belief instead of panic because it just doesn't serve you. And like Julia has said, she thinks I'm the most calmest person. Thank you. I don't think that. But I do believe that, you know, staying in overwhelm doesn't serve you because then you don't get the action and you don't get the results that you're looking for.
That is so true. And yeah, you definitely showed that. And also, I remember that, yeah, the reach on organic reach on social media was like over 120,000.
Yeah. Yeah. I think also too just it was very vulnerable to share such a story. It's not something that we wanted to just go on there and talk about, but we also loved the business that we created. Like my husband manifested it. He literally had an image in his mind and it came to life, even the layout. We ended up getting a call and someone said that they were selling their business. And when they sent us the blueprint, like the layout, it was exactly what my husband sketched. I can't make this stuff up. So we were like, okay, we have to take this. And yeah, it was absolutely amazing. So I think people were very interested to hear about the story and what was going on. And the support was very, yeah, it was great. And we're so grateful.
Yeah, because I think many people believe that the way when you show vulnerability, and also like when it comes to money and so on. So from when I was first in the business, I felt like I'm the only one that doesn't know stuff, or I'm the only one that sometimes is struggling. But the truth is, like majority of businesses, they're like one bad or two bad months away from bankruptcy. And I'm not talking about people that they are halfway on the 9 to 5 and halfway into business. I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about people that they are full in. I would say majority is not really planning well. It's not it's a skill, right? And there is a reason why, for example, in hospitality industry, the major chains, they are doing better and better, and the ones, the individual owners, when they start, they are like the fall through rate in 5 years, it's like 80%,
Yeah.
because it's not, if you don't have the skills, if you don't learn certain things, then I'm sorry, but you are out. Like it's at the end of the day, you can have a lot of passion and a love for the business, but when the strategy is not behind it, or a simple math, it's not about crazy advanced strategy, but it's about simple math. So I would say that many people, they are afraid of being vulnerable, but nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Everybody is challenged in some one way or another. And I think that what made this story so amazing, that first of all, it was real and it was your story and it was full of passion and love, and that's why people wanted to like contribute to continuing to having that place around. So yeah, that's how I see it. And I think we, in our mind, we want to be perfect, but it's not really achievable.
Yeah, yeah, it was definitely a very emotional time, and the support that we got was just amazing. And then also hearing a lot of our clients have businesses, and so some of them even messengers be like, I've been through the same thing as you with, having to like close my business and all of these things and, being so close to not making it. So yeah, there is a lot of relation there, and it was nice to hear it.
So, for the ones that they're watching, if you ever struggled financially or something tax related, please write it in the comments. So, just so you know, it's the support that it's not, yeah, that you are not the only one. Just, yeah, let's. I know that a lot, we're on LinkedIn and on Facebook. I know that on LinkedIn it's a lot about winning, that everything is, the top of the world. But I'm sorry, guys, I see you right through, and the statistics are behind it as well. And on Facebook, I think it's a little bit different, but just share that. And also, yeah, what did you learn from this process? I'm so curious because now you have your own business. So I'm curious, what did you learn from this process?
Yeah, well, it changed everything. I think I realized, if you don't have, we had a vision, which was great. And I think where we needed more support was like that strategic plan. So I think without the vision and without the plan, you won't move. And if you don't move, nothing shifts. So I think a lot of people, they look online, they see people succeeding and doing all these things, but like, oh, that's so amazing. Like, oh, like that's one in a million. But no, I thought, I never once thought that my situation wouldn't be reached. Like as soon as you sat with me and we spoke, I was like, yeah, let's do this. I tend to be a positive thinker. And so it's nice to put the positive thinking with the action as well. So that's always super, super important. But I believed it would work and I just matched with the right energy. I'm a coach, so I'm definitely into like spirituality and all those things. But yeah, like movement is action. And I definitely deeply just anchored into my like faith. I truly felt that like God was on me and my husband's side. And once I just stepped into that trust, like I paired it with like strategic execution with what you helped us with, and things really unfolded quickly. But yeah, I think it's just about like creating safety from within, because I know hearing that, and when someone else hears it, people like to, they have fear for you. And it's important to like anchor within yourself and trust yourself to know like you got this and you know what to do. Because fear and uncertainty, it's normal. There was a lot of fear and uncertainty. I didn't know how things would be, but you don't have to let fear and uncertainty control you. So I think that's the biggest thing. And if you don't know something, ask. I think the biggest thing that I learned for sure is learning to ask for help. I was someone who would do things on my own all the time. I was a single child, so I never really asked for support. And I'm like, yeah, this is the time. And yeah, I'm just very grateful for you and so many other of our close friends who supported us, our clients, our community. Yeah, it was amazing. And simplicity wins. Like, it doesn't need to be so complicated. I think a lot of times when people get into business, they have a vision about what they want and then they just overcomplicate it. Like, you made it so simple, just like 3 to 5 different packages, simplified, easy. Our clients loved it. Like, yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, and I'm so grateful for the trust, right? Because you didn't know, right? And but I was like, I just knew that this is the way, and I was like, this is going to happen. And I remember that we were calculating the numbers, how many people. It wasn't just like making an offer and praying. No, we were counting how many loyal clients do you have, how many people have been in the shop at least once, so you have at least an email, right? And then we're like, okay, based on that and based on averages that ChatGPT calculated instead of us with Excel, it was that only, I don't know, it was 60 people or 70 people needs to make the purchase, so that made it more realistic to achieve.
Yeah. Yeah. It was nice when you break it down. And this is why I say it doesn't need to be overwhelming. Just do the work. And when you just put everything through, you notice how easy it actually is. And I was actually surprised. I was like, oh, wow, only like 60 people to make the numbers. Yeah, that is so doable. And it was.
Yeah. And actually, this is something that I'm working more with myself and also with in my new group programs. The power of smaller goals, and they can be big. It doesn't matter. Small. It doesn't matter. It's all about having this focus towards like a small step. Because I feel like sometimes when we have this vision, like, oh, I want to make X amount a month, that's overwhelming, and maybe sometimes deep down we don't believe that it's possible. But when we focus on the first number, then it's like laser. And then second number, and we build up from there. I think that's way more powerful because what it's missing, and we are so distracted. I This week I've checked how much time I spend on my phone. I'm like, it got to change immediately. I was like, I have a new app. I have new blockers today. That's why I could not post check from my phone, because from eight from certain times I cannot use my phone anymore. Like there's 12 hours plus that I can't even use it. So it's very, we're so distracted. So the focus, that is the base for action that brings the result, is so necessary.
Yeah.
We are so distracted, so that's why I've decided to, instead of with work with a smaller goals, that they are more digestible, like with the small bites, right? It's like how do you eat an elephant, by bite, right? So that's what I've decided to do more of, because I see how overwhelming it is, because there is so much happening out there, or maybe not out there, just in our phones or on our screen. So it's so important. So Chantal, last question, like, how is it to work with me? We had quite some encounters together, not only from that situation, but yeah, like the first, when you kind of raise the prices in the family business, then this, and crazy case of the 20, it's not so crazy, but I just it was so effortless when it felt like it was a lot of planning, but then at the same time, it was in the short term. So I think it was a lot of happening. So that's why I'm calling it crazy. And then we also worked together on your business, on your coaching business. So how is it to work with me?
Yeah, I know that we've done a lot together. It's amazing. I love the way you do certain approaches. And I would say, my personality type is different. So there's, of course, a little bit of friction sometimes, like, but I move forward anyway because you do have like a very strategic, clear, and grounded way of doing things. You just get straight to the math and you seem to just see it very clearly. And what I like too is that you have a lot of passion around it. So I think that's so important. Like you want to work with a business coach who has a lot of focus, but also can make you laugh. Like there's always a little joke here and there. But what I love too is like there's accountability and like you're able to hold space for the person. So if there is something that I did want to just shift a little bit, you would walk me through, we talk about it, and you would meet me. So I think that's super important. So yeah, you definitely like ask the right questions and you help create offers that people say yes to. And I think with everything that I've done with, the business that my husband and I had, and then even with my business, it's really helped set a good framework on how to start forward. So I think that's important for people to realize if you are starting a business or whatever it is that you're working on and you don't really have this structured plan, then at some point halfway through, it's going to feel unreachable or not clear for you and you're going to feel lost. And it's really important to create a plan. I know some people like to, not really create like a steps, which for some people it works, like a very small percentage. And I would only say that for people who have maybe done it before, they've done the strategic plan and they know themselves well. So already a very seasoned business owner. But if you're new, I think a plan is really going to help set the tone for sure. But yeah, like thank you. You really helped like lay the foundation and you like supported my husband and me during like honestly one of the hardest seasons of our lives. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you are very welcome. It was a, an experience for everyone. So it was really something. But also, I just want to share because now then that will be my new program. It's from passion to business action. And actually, in this program, you will be learning through all the frameworks that I exactly used in the same case of Chantal. You will be learning how to make an offer. You will be learning exactly who are you talking to, how to promote, how to put the action. And it's not making a business plan. It's making step by step towards where you want to be. So if that sounds like something for you, just you can message me and I will send you the link for you to sign up. We are starting on the 21st, the live version of it, and see what happened next. But I'm really, really excited because to be honest, you don't need to know more. You already know so much and there is so much information. What you need to do is to act more. But if you haven't done it, then you don't have the confidence. And maybe if you don't have a business background or insights from different business, then how you expect from yourself to move forward if you literally don't have the data to move forward. It's like, I don't know, if you haven't wrote a book before, you can't just do it without like some looking into it. But when you just use the help that you have, like literally this is something that I spent years of my life and I love it and I'm so passionate about it and I love helping people to make the businesses based on the things that they love, because I think if the world would have more people that they truly like what they do, like let's put love on the side, but at least like what they do, I would say that the world instantly would be a better place. What do you think, Chantal, about that?
I think that's one of the biggest things that I go by, especially as a coach, as a somatic self-development coach. It's really important for people to find the things that give them the most joy because, yeah, if it's something that you can create a business out of, then it becomes effortless.
And it you can create business out of everything.
It,
That's from Yeah, and that's amazing part, and I really want people to see that because struggling is not a must, it's a choice. And also so does working with the thing that you love. It's also a choice. So yeah, that's so cool. So thank you so much, Chantal, for your time. It was a pleasure as always, and it's so nice to hear about it because it was a year ago, and now it's just so many things have changed since then. So it was amazing to hear your perspective. So thank you so much, and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you, Julia. Have a good one.
Thank you. So I'm stopping the recording. Just a second. I just need to see that it's